Good evening, everybody. Welcome. It is January the 2nd, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about my stitching today. My Brringo number was 22, and my 22 is responding to the prompt to stitch on your whip or new start of your choice. Let me double check that. And on my list, I had identified that as Autumn in the Village. That way I could get it on my monthly schedule. So I'll remind you, this is Autumn in the Village. And I started with this house. And I have worked my way toward this direction, more so than this direction. I've done this tree, but I've done this tree, and I'm headed this way. But I only needed 100 stitches, and I had something else I wanted to do today. So I did 104.5 stitches, because there's one half stitch in here. But what I did was take the Karen Water Lilies, that's this bottom row, and I stitched across that, counting and leaving the gaps that I needed to. And I haven't gotten all the way across. I'm a little bit short of having made it all the way across. But when I hit 104, I knew I had enough for the prompt, and I wanted to do something else today. So that is what I did with that. So you've heard me talk about my goals, my monthly requirements for the Determined Stitcher group. But I'm also in the Journal and Cross Stitchers Journal and Daily 30 Sal group, which has an annual program or challenge this year to stitch on 3 of your whips by the same designer. And those are you only get points for every 500 stitches that you do. So my Determined Stitcher group, I have an annual goal to finish Miss Christmas Eve. And in order to do that, I have pledged that I will stitch 500 stitches a month minimum in Miss Christmas Eve until I finish her. So since I have used my Mirabilia pieces, which Miss Christmas Eve is one of, for my annual challenge in the Daily 30, which, you don't get a point till 500 stitches. And I've committed to 500 stitches a month on this piece. It's a natural double dip, which is awesome. I hadn't designed it that way. It just happened that way, which is great. So today I stitched most of the morning and part of the afternoon because I actually got to stitch with my friend Marissa. Hey, Marissa, if you're watching. We had a wonderful chat this afternoon, and we talked stitching, everything stitching. And right as we were talking, I hit the 500 stitch mark. I got 515 stitches in Miss Christmas Eve today, and I think you can see this is where I was working, this corner right here. And I just grabbed the next color, and I completed it as far down and over until it became too far to go. Sort of did that typewriter method. And then I went back and got the next color and went on down. And I even did some of the water lilies out here. So there's a big difference over in this corner, which is amazing. So I'm really tickled that I got that much progress on it today. 500 stitches makes a big difference. So I am very happy to report that I have hit the first monthly goal for my Determined Stitchers and my first point in the annual goal in the Daily 30 group. So that's awesome. So it's been a good day. I've done one other thing too, and that is I have a new start that I have on my Brringo board. And I am trying to get it ready in case it's called when I'm traveling. And so I went ahead and pulled this out and got my first few stitches in it so that if it's called while I'm traveling, it will be easy to pick up and go. And this is the letter H, the Nora letters from Nora, and this is H for my last name. This will be stitched for the prompt that said to stitch on something that is related to your name. And so this is what I will do. But I just got it started today enough, as you can see, just so I can find where to get started when I pick it back up. I did 32 stitches just to get that little splotch there so I know which way is the top. I've measured it. I've got it centered on the fabric at the top. I've got the margin that I want, and because it's not that big, I'll have maybe half of this piece of fabric left over. This is a beautiful piece of fabric, and it is from Be Stitch Me. It was a Fabric of the Month neutral called Ledger, and it's a 32 count Lagana, but I think it's beautiful. Ledger. Isn't that going to be gorgeous? I think that's going to be really, really pretty. I think it'll look really nice. So I've got this one prepped and ready to go in case it's called while I'm on my trip. And if not, I can work on it anyway, because when it's called, I just have to put 100 stitches in it. So I can take this as one of my whips that I want to work on. Since it's kind of a smaller piece, I can do that. So I got that done today as well. So I've had good progress today on my stitching. Lots of good things happened. So I'm going to put all this away. I have some bookwork I want to do. I want to transfer over my list of whips into my calendar for this year. I want to get that ready to start my record keeping, for the coming year. So I forgot to put my picture in here, sorry. This one. So I want to get that done, and I'll be doing that here in a minute. I've been listening to a few floss tubes this afternoon, and I may get back to some of that as well. So thanks for letting me share all my stitching with you that I've been doing today. It's been a great day of stitching. Coco and I took a lovely walk this morning, and then this afternoon she got to go to the park with her dad, which was great. So I'm going to get back to doing my paperwork, getting my calendar all finished for the start of the year to do my record keeping. And then if it's enough time, if it's not too late, I'll pick something else up and stitch. But whatever I do, you'll be the first to see it. So thanks for letting me share everything with you. Thanks for coming back and watching. I do have one announcement to make. I'll go ahead and share it now. This is my anniversary month for YouTube. And so I am going to be going through my giveaways that I've been collecting, getting ready for an anniversary celebration. So I'll be celebrating 8 years. And so my idea is to have 8 prizes that you can let me know which ones you want to be considered for. And I'll select at random the winners as we've done before. So somewhere in this video that you're watching now will be the announcement and the things that I have available for the giveaway. And I will mention then, the code words for each one and remind you not to use the terms like freebie or giveaway or anything again. But I just want to make you aware that it's coming, and I want to thank you for 8 years on YouTube. I appreciate you coming back and watching and commenting, because the comments are where I get to talk to you, and that's wonderful. That's one of my favorite parts. So happy stitching until we talk again. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. This is Dina. It is still January the 2nd, 2025. And I had mentioned just in a prior segment that January is my anniversary month on YouTube, and I said 8 years, and I went back tonight just to look to see the exact date that I started, and I uploaded my first video or joined it January 10th, 2016. That's 9 years. So it's actually my 9th year anniversary. So instead of 8 giveaways, I'm going to do 9. So for you, that's just one more thing you're going to have a chance to win if you're interested. So I want to go through a couple of things with you. Number one, again, I want to thank you for subscribing. I'm going to move my stand a little bit. Hang on. I can see it here. There we go. I want to thank you for subscribing, and I want to thank you for watching my videos and commenting. And if you've just happened upon me and you aren't a subscriber, I would encourage you to do that. I don't give giveaways all the time, but I give them for special occasions or whenever I decide I want to do that. But I do try to keep a lot of stitching on here for you, and I stitch a variety of things. And you'll notice that I do love Christmas. And since we just had Christmas, I do have a few Christmas things in here. And you may not be in the mood to stitch them right now. And that is okay. You can put them away, you know, for next year. Or you may be like me and plan ahead and start stitching Christmas things in July and Christmas in July. So it doesn't matter. I'm going to have this open on this channel on this episode only. And I will not select the winners until, let's say, January 31st. How about that? We'll let it go the whole month for you to comment on this video, the keywords that I'm going to give you tonight. And then I'll pick all the winners, you know, for these randomly on the 31st of January. So then I can notify you and let you know you need to come watch the video. I'll announce the winner in the video, and I'll try to comment on your comment that you need to go watch it. So that's your hint that you've won. I don't want to say in a text or a comment to you that you've won anything because I don't want to put the word win in the comments for people to search on. And I also don't want you to be scammed by someone telling you won something if you didn't. I've heard that has happened before, so I want to avoid that. So let's get started with the celebration. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Thank you especially for those of you who comment and talk with me back and forth. So I appreciate you very much. So I have a little bit of a variety of things for you. Some things I have stitched and I'm passing the stash along. Other things are brand new that I purchased and kept for this. Other things have been gifted to me from other people that watch my channel, and they've said, if you're not going to stitch it, feel free to use it as a giveaway, or if you already have it, stitch it to give away. So some of these you will notice that you recognize from my channel, and some you won't, because I will not have stitched them. But the first one is one I did stitch, and I did a color conversion on it. But this one is a Brenda Gervais, Be Ye Thankful. I'm holding it that way so you can see what the picture looks like. There's the title. Be Ye Thankful. That's the first one. Now, if you're interested in being in the drawing for this one, please use the word thankful in your conversation, your comment to me. That's number one. Number two is one that I purchased. I collected this together, and I had intended to stitch it as a gift for someone. But their situation has changed, and they live in a very small space. They don't have room for this anymore, really, in their home. And I felt like it wasn't something I wanted to stitch for myself. I had actually purchased it with the idea of stitching it for someone else. And since they really don't have a place for it anymore, I think I'll pass it along to one of you who would love to stitch it and display it in your home. So it is a banner. It was a Pattern of the Month series from Stony Creek Collection. And so there are 3 separate patterns in here. So you can do it as a banner or you can do it as pillows. It includes the banner fabric. It includes the specialty floss. Does not include DMC, but it does include all the specialty floss and the fabric that you need. It's the special banner fabric that looks just like the picture. It's got those little blocks already there. The problem if you stitch them as a pillow here, once you cut one of them out, you won't have enough room really to stitch all of them and then cut them apart unless you cut them in the middle of their divider. But, you know, that's up to you. But this will give you what you need to stitch these 3. It's called a Christmas Critters banner. I thought the animals were very sweet. They're really, really cute. So let's use the word banner for this one. If you're interested in this, just use the word banner. B-A-N-N-E-R. Banner. That's what I'll be searching on. All right, so we'll go a little bit away from Christmas. Don't worry, we'll be back. This is a Manny Dodonna pattern called My Garden in Autumn. It's very pretty. Little pillows, how they finished it. Looks like it would be an easy one to stitch up. The colors are lovely. And it's called My Garden in Autumn. So let's use the word garden for this one if you're interested in that. Now you are welcome to put your name in for as many as you want. What I will do is the first time your name is selected, that's the one you're going to get. And if your name comes up on any of the others, I'll just go to the next. I'll do a random again, because it wouldn't be fair for you to win more than one. So the first one you win, that would be the one I would say would be yours. Okay. All right. This is number 4. It's a heartstring samplery pattern, and it's called the Christmas Band Sampler. I will tell you though, the only thing that looks like Christmas to me is the colors by Beth Twist. It's a lovely, lovely pattern. So this one, let's call this one Sampler, because it's the Christmas Band Sampler, and it's from the Samplery, Heartstring Samplery. So we'll call it Sampler. Okay, number 5. This is Plum Street. I love a good Plum Street. And this one is called Penny Spring. So this gives you something for spring. We've done a couple of Christmases and winter and autumn. So here's a spring one. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. This is new. I have not stitched this. This came from the Cross Stitching Crafts in Johnson City, Tennessee. I don't even know if they're still there. You'll have to tell me. If you're interested in this Penny Spring, let's use the word penny. That'll certainly identify it to the right pattern. So penny, P-E-N-N-Y for that one. Now this is one I was gifted, and it's interesting because a while back I tried to stitch this, and I wasn't happy with the way it looked on my fabric or the colors once I got them in there. And I had just finished Angels in the Snow before that, and I felt like it was too much similar to one another. So I gave it away on my channel with the floss and the kit stuff to do it with. So I'm sorry I don't have anything else to go with it, but I do have the pattern again because it was gifted to me to use as a giveaway, and it's called Crystal Christmas by Mirabilia. It is a beautiful pattern. So if you're interested in this one, it's Crystal, C-R-Y-S-T-A-L, Crystal. And I'll put your name in the drawing for that one. And since it's just been Christmas, I have one more Christmas one to show you. It's really, really cute. It's a trio. It's by Holly and Hearts. It's a mystery sampler club. It's a Lizzie Kate, and it has 3 sections to it. And this is what it looks like when you get it all done. So we're going to call this one Mystery because it was a mystery sampler. And let you have that one as the final Christmas offering. Okay, this one is a big one. This one was gifted to me as well. I have gifted this away. My copy I gave away already. This is a new copy that was gifted to me. I can't tell if it's been opened or not. It looks like it. No, I don't know. I can't tell. Anyway, I don't know that it's in print anymore, but this is Sleeping Beauty by Mirabilia, and I just love it. This is hanging in my bedroom above my bed. And so it's there all year. I never move it. It is permanently there. It's gorgeous. And I want to share it with somebody so that you can stitch it, because I know this one is very sought after. So Sleeping Beauty, let's say sleeping would be the word for this one, sleeping. And the final one for this giveaway, for this celebration, is a Hawk Run Hollow. And it's a year at Hawk Run Hollow. So if you collect these and this is one you're looking for, or if you want to stitch one, here's one for you. A year at Hawk Run Hollow. We'll call it Hollow. Hollow. Hollow for the Hawk Run one. So I hope you see something in there you like that has your taste to it. I know that we all stitch different things. We stitch different themes and different seasons. So I tried to, get a variety in there from my stash and what I had accumulated over the last year. But once again, just thanks so much for 9 years. You can tell it went by fast for me. I thought it was 8. I'm always a year behind when it comes to the anniversary. I'm not sure why. But anyway, thanks so much for the whole time. And I hope you'll stay around and see what I'm going to be doing this year. I have some big goals, and I've been doing a lot more fully finishing lately. So you'll see some of that, on my channel as well. Well, I'm going to say goodnight now. I'm going to head to bed. And I will hopefully have more to share with you tomorrow. Happy stitching, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today is January the 3rd, and I'm here to talk to you about my stitching. Well, today's call in Brringo was number 2. And number 2 says, a whip or new start that reminds you of growth. And I had selected my growth as doing full coverage, because that's not something I do readily, and it's not something that I tend to enjoy. So for me to grow as a stitcher, I feel like I should tackle that. And I have one project that is full coverage for me, and that is my Dimensions Gold Collection, the Christmas Village ornaments. And I have completed 2 of these, and right now I'm working on this one, which is Rudolph's Tree Farm. If you'll recall, this was a gift many Christmases ago from my son, and I've averaged about 1 a year. But I didn't finish this one in 2024, so I've got to finish this one in 2025. And to stay on track, I kind of need to stitch another one next year. But anyway, today I actually stitched 341 stitches in it. So I made a great deal of progress. I got this entire window stitched in, and I got this entire sign stitched in, and I started on this window down here just to get enough to run that floss off my needle there. And I went over because I went ahead and did the back stitching to put in the name Rudolph's Tree Farm there. I think you can see it. Just so I would have the sign complete. And but delighted that I did this. I only needed 100 stitches for my Brringo/bingo games. But because I was using this in the Daily 30 as well, the Daily 30 acrostic is needlework, and I was using it for the R in needlework for Rudolph's Tree Farm. So I needed 300 stitches for that one. So I combined it. I did 100, posted it, and then did the rest of the 341 stitches before I posted it in my Daily 30 group. So there you have it. I don't think I've used it. Let me look real quick. Oh, I did. I've used it for an R in 24 hours of cross stitch as well. So I need to go post it there. So that's great. That's another acrostic that I've touched by doing my Brringo call for the day. So I can mark my Brringo complete now. Number 2 is done. Yay. Got that one taken care of. And I think I've already marked off I have my bingo call as well. So now I can wait till tonight till I get the numbers for tomorrow and know what I'll be stitching in the morning. So that'll be lovely, lovely fun. I hope you're having a great Friday. Hope you're enjoying what you're working on. I'm about to kind of clean this up and put it away so I can have a phone call with my sister Stephanie, and then I will be busy. I'm going to kit up my project to take to my cross stitch group on the 11th. We're going to start a Primrose Cottage freebie together, any freebie we want, and have that as a start along for a designer focus this month. And I've also been pulling all my whips I want to take with me on my little trip that I'm going on for a stitching retreat with friends. So I've got to make sure I got everything I need there, because we got an email out today that said, be careful, there's no LNS nearby. Take everything you could possibly need. So I need to do a real close check on that. I want to get that done. So I have a great evening ahead of me, and who knows, I might get to do a little more stitching later. I don't know, but if I do, I'll come back and share it with you. In the meantime, until we can talk again, happy stitching, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. This is Dina. It is later on the 3rd of January, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about some stitching that I've done this afternoon. So, I tried to pick out something that wasn't already on my Brringo, bingo, annual, monthly requirement thing, and then I said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to stitch on something I want to stitch on, because I'm trying to push it closer to a finish so that when it is called, I have a better chance of finishing it when I'm stitching on it for the day. So I decided to pull out my Zephyr Hill Sampler. It is one that is going to be called in Brringo. I did use it for that. I'm using it for an E in 24 hours of cross stitch, I think. No, I'm using it for a magazine monthly challenge group for the E, and it's for the eucalyptus fabric that it's been stitched on. So I will be able to post that one today, because I actually stitched 599 stitches in this tonight, and this is what I got done. So I did the house, the entire house, all the brick. I love it. I think it's just gorgeous. I came down here every time I used a color that was in the first pinwheel here. I went ahead and put that in. So there's one color left to do there that wasn't in the house. So I never pulled it out, so I didn't finish that little pinwheel. And the pinwheels continue on across here, and then there's another border right up here. But what I have left to do in this thing is the green grass that you see going across here will go on up around the house and back down to here. I've got flowers here and a little bit of border to do. The biggest piece of this thing was this house, and now the house is done. Don't you love the way they did the brick? I think it's precious. Anyway, that's huge. That was a huge push on this one toward a finish, so I am very excited about that. So now I'm going to put everything away. I'm going to close up shop for the evening. My husband and I are going to spend a little time together talking about next year's, or this year now, maybe a couple of little trips we want to make. And then we might do some research on that this evening. We may watch a TV show, I don't know, but we're just going to spend some time together. And we just finished supper. We ran out to get some lettuce wraps at a local Chinese restaurant we really like right up the street. I had planned to have supper tonight that was just a beautiful tossed salad with chicken salad on top of it, but when it got ready, I didn't want it because it was all cold and I wanted something hot. So we ran and got lettuce wraps and egg rolls and ate that instead. So tomorrow I'll be having that chicken salad for my lunch or dinner, one or the other, because it's ready to go. But anyway, I have had a great day today. Lovely time talking with my sister this morning. Great stitching progress today. And now I get to spend some time with my hubby. So I'm going to close up shop and hopefully get some more stitching done tomorrow. I don't know what the call is yet for Brringo. It hasn't been posted yet. I just checked and I haven't seen it because I was going to share that with you, what you could look forward to, but I don't know what it'll be yet. So I'm going to pack everything up and close up shop for the night. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Happy stitching, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's January 4th, and this is Dina. I'm here to talk to you about a couple of things. One is a cross stitch that I have done this morning for a prompt, and another is an FFO. So this morning's prompt for Brringo was number 6, which was to stitch on a project by your favorite designer. And it will be no surprise to you all that one of my favorite designers is Hands On Design, because if you've been watching me at all, you know I stitch a lot of her stuff because I love it. So this one I don't have a picture of because I didn't print it off of the download. It was one of her Polar Plunge. It was the final one that was for charity. And so I just printed the pattern off. And so I'll show you what I have. But it's called N is for Narwhal. And I got started on it. I've almost finished a whole Narwhal. There's a second one over here. They're back to back. And then there's a few little Christmas trees, little mountainous things up here in the little circle. They all have that little background up here or something similar with that little ornament hanging there. So this one's no different. It'll be similar to that. Now, if I get to stitch any more tonight, I'll work some more on it. But I wanted to go ahead and film today because when my husband and Coco get back from the park, my husband and I are going to go and grab a quick bite for dinner, and then we're going to go to Costco. He wants to show me a new couch there. We need to replace a couch. So I may not get to stitch anymore tonight. So I wanted to be sure I shared that with you so you know I hit my prompt for today. Of course, I used it for bingo as well. And I had used it for the O in needlework, which is part of the Daily 30 acrostic. And because it was 300 stitches required, not just the 100, I kept going. But I actually put 390 stitches in here because I wanted to finish that color on the Narwhal. Then I left and went running to Hobby Lobby because I went through my finishing box recently. My friend Donna and I did finishing virtually together last Saturday, New Year's Day. And I shared with you my stitch box that I fully finished. But when I was looking through to see what else I might want to work on that day, I only had 2 things left that I wanted to put in a frame. Everything else in that box is a soft finish of some sort, whether it's a pillow or whether it's going to be a flat fold or an ornament or something like that. And so I thought, you know, I haven't had anything at the framers in a little while. I'm going to run see Mindy and turn this one in. So I took the Christmas Parade to be framed. I also took this with me, and I recently shared with you a custom frame that I got on the clearance rack in the back by the frame department at Hobby Lobby that someone had ordered, and apparently it didn't fit or they didn't work or they didn't like it or something. And it was regularly a $25, $30 frame, and I got it for $6.50. Well, I took my little piece that I needed to pop in a frame and I put it in here, and I thought, you know, with a mat, I think that's going to fit perfect. So I took it with me to Hobby Lobby. I took the frame with me to Hobby Lobby, and I went over into the shelf, the frames on the shelves, and I saw they had pre-cut mat boards, little ones. And they had a blue one that was just about the perfect color of blue for this piece. And I put it in the frame, just popped it in, still in the plastic, and put my piece behind it, and then I think this is going to be perfect. So I went over to the counter. Mindy was working. I showed it to her, and I said, what do you think? And she said, I think it'll be perfect, and I'll be happy to pop it in for you. She said, I have to charge you a needlework charge, which is to lace it. So that's what she did. Isn't that great? So, what a bargain, right? $6.50 for the frame. The pattern I got off a freebie table. $6.50 for the frame. $1 something. Let's say $1.50 for the mat. It may have been $2. I don't know. But anyway. And then I paid $16 for her to lace it, put it in here, finish it professionally on the back. I told her I was just going to put it in an easel. She didn't have to put any hanging stuff on it. And I didn't even put glass on it because of all the beads. And because I didn't put glass on it, I didn't have to pay for spacers or anything else. Isn't this precious? It fits perfectly. It couldn't have been any better. So I am tickled to death. This will be ready for this year's July 4th. Very, very excited. So that's my FFO for the day, for this week. I was sharing it with my friend Donna today, and she said, I don't know if I'd count that or not. You didn't do it. And I said, well, if I had on my schedule to do 4 finishes a month, I'd be counting it. Because I took it to Hobby Lobby. I found the stuff, and I paid for it. I still count that as a finish. She laughed out loud. She said, I would too. I would too. It was funny. So that I'm very excited about. And my Christmas parade, I think, is going to look really, really pretty when I get it back. I'm excited about the choices we made on that. So when I have that back, I'll share it with you. And now I just want to say a big thank you. I have some very generous viewers, people that have become friends, people that are becoming friends of mine. I'm not kidding when I say we have conversations in the comments, because they start there. And then I always put my email at the bottom of my video Dropbox, and people email me whenever they like to chat, and I enjoy that. To me, it's the community of the cross stitch, and I thoroughly enjoy it. And so recently I got an email from a viewer who just said, I watch your videos, and she was very complimentary, and said she had a little bit of fabric and a couple of things she wanted to share with me. And of course, I could use what I wanted, and I could use it for giveaways or take to my library group, because she felt like some of her fabrics were Ada and might be good for new stitchers, and for me to feel free to share it. She just wanted my mailing address, and I provided that for her. And today, I got her package, is plural. Sarah, I'm not going to say your last name because I didn't ask your permission to share your name, but I just want to let you know I appreciate it very, very much. I've already private messaged her a thank you, but that's just doesn't seem enough. It's just pale in comparison to what she has gifted me. So I spent some time today going through the boxes that she mailed me and sorting through everything. There is some of the most beautiful Ada I've ever seen in there. And then there are some, and they're different counts. Everything from 14 to 16 to 18 to 22, which I think is heart anger fabric. And then there's some even weaves. There's a 25 counts, and there's some 28 count, and even a 40 count. And so it's everything from beginning on, Interestingly enough, I told my friend Donna today, I had just gone into my fabric stash looking for something to start something new this coming Saturday at our stitching meetup, and it called for 28 count. And I went to look to see if I had any 28 count in the color I needed, and I didn't. So then I looked to see if I had any 14 count Ada in that color, and I didn't. And I actually remember thinking to myself, because I love 32 count, and that's what I'm in my fabric clubs for, I don't tend to get 28 count or 14 count Ada as often. And my stores of that, my selection of that, had gotten down to 2 or 3 pieces of fabric, which, you know, is usually okay, but not when you're looking for something and you don't have it. And then I opened this present today from Sarah. What a gift. There's so much beautiful Aida to choose from. And I am going to choose some of it for me, and thank her for that. I do thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it very much. And then I'm going to share it as she suggested. So I have some ideas already of what I want to do with it, how I want to share it. We do door prizes at our stitching meetup on Friday, and people put tickets in a little cup in front of the things they like. So I know that whoever wins it that is something they chose that they wanted. So I may do some of it there. I'm going on a stitching retreat, and I'm going to take a little bit of this stash with me and gift it to the ladies that are stitching with me there. I think that'll be fun to let them just shop in it, you know, and pick out something they want. And so I'm looking forward to that. Of course, I've told my friend Donna I had to FaceTime her and share everything with her. And there were several pieces of fabric that she would say, "Oh, this is going to look great on that." You know, she knows just about everything in my stash. And she said, "That one's screaming for snowmen," or, you know, things like that. So we have plans, and there were patterns in this gift, and a lot of these patterns are kitted with the specialty fibers and the bead packs that go with it. I feel like I've had Christmas. I mean, really and truly. And I can't tell you how exciting that is for me, because normally my husband gives me a lot of cross stitch that I want for Christmas. He'll tell me to pick a big project and he'll kit it for me. And I don't have to take it out of my stitch from stash that way. And this year we decided we wouldn't give gifts. We were going to go on a trip together, and we did. And so our Christmas to each other was our trip together. So we didn't put a single thing under the tree together. We made a pact that we were not going to sneak around and do that. So we didn't. So today, to get these boxes and open all this beautiful stitching open, you know, just, it was Christmas. It was Christmas, Sarah. Thank you. So I can't wait to share it. And there are some beautiful pieces that I think will be perfect to go in little kits that I make for new people that want to learn to stitch at the library, because we commit that we will teach anybody that shows up. And they have nothing with them, so we put together little kits, and I keep those in my bag that I take with me every week, or every month rather. And so I've got some fabric now to kind of put in there for that. And I can make up a new supply of kits. I'm excited about that. So I have had a fabulous day. I cannot tell you. It's been great. So I'm going to let you get back to what you were doing. I just wanted to thank you, all of you who in the past have thought enough of me and my channel to share something sweet with me, either for my usage or for me to share with other stitchers, which I do on a very regular basis. Anytime I get a gift like that, I always try to share some of it, because I feel like it's been gifted to me and I want to keep it going. You know, I want to give it forward. So I will do that. And I will smile the whole time, because it's so exciting to get to see other stitchers and how excited they get over something like that. So have a great rest of your weekend, and I will be back to share with you the next time I have some stitching to share, or if I get a wild hair and do any more fully finishing, I'll let you know. But in the meantime, happy stitching. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. I wanted to come back this evening right before I go to bed to let you know that I did stitch further on my hands-on design new start today. My N is for Narwhal. It was my call for my Brringo board today to stitch on something by one of your favorite designers. And I started my new start, N is for Narwhal. I stitched on it until I had enough stitches to hit my prompts in it today. And then my husband and I ran to do some errands and got a little bit of dinner. And it was so cold when we were headed back home, we decided not to do some of the shopping and things we were going to do tonight. We'd wait and do it in the sunshine. So we came on home and I was able to jump on a Zoom call with some stitching friends that I haven't been able to stitch with in a very long time. So I just kept stitching on N is for Narwhal. And so I am excited to tell you that I have my first finish of 2025. And it's a start and finish, which is great. So it is my N is for Narwhal. I'm doing all 6 of the hands-on design ornaments that are in this series. This was the last one that you order. It was the one that was the charity piece. I decided to go ahead and stitch it today because it was a digital download and I had printed off a working copy and I didn't have the cover sheet or anything else, and I was afraid my working copy was going to get messed up carrying it all around all this time. So I decided I'll just go ahead and do this one before my last one of the group. So I have one left to do. So if you can see them all, here's the series. Here's the walrus, the whale, hello there. Here's the penguin pair. There's the bear, polar plunge, got the name I think from the polar bear. And then there is the N is for Narwhal. And now I'll do the final one over here, and I think it's the puffin pair or something like that, pair of puffins. Anyway, I'll be doing it next when I pick this back up again. I don't think that I put it on my Brringo board for a second time. I don't think I did, but I do think it's on my WhipGo board. And so when it comes up for a polar plunge on WhipGo, I'll start the last one. Wouldn't that be great? So there you have it. I'm excited, surprised that I got it done today. I actually think this one had less stitching in it than some of the others have. It was 1,047 stitches today, but it seems to be less, or 1,049, sorry. It seems to be a little bit less to me, or went quicker than some of the others I've done. Maybe fewer color changes because the Narwhal was a bigger piece of it that was a little more solid. But for whatever reason, I felt like it went quicker. The good news is that once I stitched all those stitches, I looked back at my daily 30 acrostic, and I had originally used the N in needlework for nativity. But then it hit me today that I could use that N is for Narwhal, because that's the name of the chart. So I changed what I was going to do for the N, and I was able to use the other 600 plus stitches of that 1,049 stitches to post that as my second prompt being met by that same whip today. So that was a pleasant surprise. So now that gives me 4 of the daily 30 letters that I've met, and I'm excited about that. So I'm going to call it a night. We have a fairly early morning tomorrow. It's not too bad to get up to go to church, but I don't need to stay up any later. I've been up late enough. It's 11:55. So on the Zoom call tonight, one of the ladies asked me how many hours I stitch a day, and they vary. I don't know, but I do stitch a lot. And today I would say I probably stitched about 10 hours all total when you add up the morning and the afternoon and late into the night, the way that I did tonight. But I was motivated. I wanted to finish it, and I did. So I'm happy about that. I hope to be able to work tomorrow on my call for Brringo, which for me is going to be Let Love Reign. It's number 10. and it was to stitch on something with flowers in it. And my Let Love Rain has a floral border, and it has flowers all in it. So I felt like that would be the best one. And so tomorrow, after I get home from church, I'll pull that over here, and I'll try to put my 100 stitches in it. And yet again, I've used it in my Daily 30 acrostic, which requires 300 stitches. So while I'm working on Let Love Rain, I'll just go ahead and do 300 stitches if I can tomorrow afternoon and get that one taken care of. So this was one of my planned starts for the month because of it being on the Brringo board. So far, out of the 8 starts I'm expecting this month, I have started 2. And I've finished 1 already, which is great. I'm excited about that. Kept my whip count down since I've had 1 new start this year already. Then, you know, I'm now at 18 whips. And with 8 planned starts this month, that whip count can grow pretty quick. But I'm going to keep working at it the way I have been. And you can take the journey with me. I appreciate you doing that. So I'll say good night and happy stitching. Hello everybody, welcome back. It is the evening of Sunday, January the 5th, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about my Brringo stitching today. So today's call was for a number 20, and no, I'm sorry, number 10. And the prompt was to stitch on something that included flowers. So I felt like this qualified. There's flowers all throughout this, and even the border all the way around is flowers, but you can't contradict that. There's a lot of flowers in this. This is Let Love Rain. It was my birthday start in 2022, I think. And I've just been working on it for prompts as I go along because it's too big for me to concentrate on and try to do all at one time. So today, I not only wanted to put 100 stitches in it for my Brringo/bingo games, it was in my Daily 30 acrostic as well. And it was for the K for Teresa Corbett, the designer of Let Love Rain. And so I want to show you, I got more work on this center flower right here. I got this part finished. I did these 2 stem looking things here and this center part there. I just don't have that middle done yet. But since that's already 317 stitches and it's Sunday and I have an assignment for my Sundays now, I decided I'd put this away, let that be my progress for this time. I'm going to take a picture and post it now. But I am doing a temperature stitch this year, and my plan is to do the previous week's leaves, because I'm doing it on a tree, on the Sunday. So I want to pull out my temperature tree and put my stitches in for the 1st through the 5th and have that first week done. So if I get that done tonight, I'll come back and share it with you for sure. So I will do that now. But I just wanted to let you know that my Let Love Rain was called and I have stitched it. And so now I've done a monthly amount on this one unless I choose to work on it again. So I'm excited that I got to touch it and that I made good progress on it. When I pick it up next, I'll probably finish the center of that piece that I'm working on. And then I think my goal is to go all the way across. And then once I get this row completed, I want to go back and fill in the border all the way down on both sides so that I can roll it up and start the next section. I have made the decision, and I think I've shared this with you before, that I'm going to take this section out. I'm going to just take it out and move the bottom up so that I have a smaller piece. It'll be easier to frame it, and I can go ahead and get it up in my bedroom because these are my bedroom colors. And if I want to come back later on for a companion piece, I can do this one as the companion piece. So I am going to do that for this one. So there you have my stitching progress for the day. As far as plans, next week has to be pretty fluid. I get to go stitch with my friend Juliana tomorrow for just a little while, because tomorrow evening, hopefully in time for a late supper, our son will be here for a visit, and we get to have Christmas together on Tuesday. And then he'll spend Tuesday all day with us and Tuesday night, and then sometime late Wednesday, early afternoon, late morning, he has to head back home. He only has 2 days off right now, and so he's coming as soon as he can get off work on Monday night, and then he'll leave here in time to get home at a decent hour on Wednesday night because he has to work Thursday. But we will be doing our Christmas on Tuesday with him, and I'm excited about that. So, because he'll be here and we'll be sharing a lot of activities together, and I don't know how much stitching I may get done at that point. But after he leaves, I have a virtual stitching on Thursday with a friend, and then I have a planning session Thursday night with my friend Dee and my friends Donna and Lori from Once Upon a Stitch. And then on Friday, I am so tickled because on Friday, one of my library stitching friends who lives a bit of a distance away has agreed to come up Friday and stitch with me, and Juliana's going to come over and stitch with us. And my friend who's driving the furthest is going to spend the night here and go with me to our stitching meetup on Saturday. I am so excited about that. So I do have plenty of opportunities for great stitching opportunities next week, and I'm looking forward to it. So I hope you've had a great weekend. I know I have. And we had a really good day today. We did our church responsibilities and enjoyed a wonderful couple of beautiful songs that we got to do as a choir today. And then my husband and I went out for lunch at a local barbecue restaurant that was one of our favorites. And so now Coco's had a long walk. My husband's going for a run. He's running now. And we're just going to have a quiet evening, and I love it. It's going to give me time to stitch, I hope. So I'm going to get that temperature tree out and get started on it. So I may pop back in here and share that with you if I do it in time to get to capture it tonight. If it's too late, I'll wait and show it to you tomorrow. But that's what I'm going to work on now. So I'll talk to you soon. In the meantime, happy stitching, everybody. Hi everybody, welcome back. It is just a little bit later on Sunday, the 5th of September, and I wanted to show you my temperature tree. I have from the 1st of January through today, the 5th of January. So the first 5 days high is on the first branch. I probably won't show this to you every time I stitch on it, but maybe once a month, I don't know. Because I think you've seen these and you know what they look like, but I'm enjoying it. It was so great tonight to just pick it up. I'm recording the high each day on my calendar, and so I just went and looked at the key that Sarah provides, and I am doing it for the temperatures of Gainesville, Georgia, and so I'm doing the varied temperatures, not the hot or cold or extreme. She gives you 4 different temperature gauges, but this is the one I'm using, and I just went in on my pattern and wrote next to each leaf what color it needed to be, and that way I didn't have to go back and forth and look at anything else other than my pattern while I was stitching it. It went really fast. So if I can keep up with that and do it every week, it won't take long at all. So that's my plan. Thanks for letting me share that with you. I'm going to say a quick good night and get back to doing some work in my craft room since I'm having company. I need to straighten up where I worked on a couple of projects this week and put that away. And then I'll be ready for my company. So I will talk to you hopefully tomorrow and share with you some stitching if I get much done, stitching with my friend Juliana. But I'll be happy to share it with you. Coco says hi. She's traveling around behind me, and she's huffing at me. I don't know if you've heard her in the background. But her dad just got back from running, and he's taking a shower. And since he's unavailable, she's decided to come up here and huff at me, want me to play with her. So I'm going to stop and do that. Oh, aren't they beautiful, these little pets that we have? They become so, so important to us, and we just love her dearly. So I think you know that. So if you have a fur baby, give them a hug from me. And happy stitching, everybody. It's a beautiful day today. Coco and I are out for a walk. She is checking out the lake, seeing what's going on over there. There's a car coming. It's her daddy. Now see what happens. Oh, here we go. She's done with the walk. Daddy just went driving by. He's been on a race this morning. Look at her pulling me. Look, here we go. Here we go. She's pulling hard. Look how hard she's walking. This is what happens when Daddy drives by. Oh, we're on a mission.